America's economy right now is like mang oles odating, it looks good on the outside, but the taste leaves people shaking their heads. President Donald Trump, once hailed as the savior of people's wallets, is now being accused of thinning out ATMs and making voters' faces look gloomier. The latest polls feel like a splash of iced tea on a hot afternoon, cold, but bitter. A majority say the economy is getting worse, like traffic jams at rush hour. Even worse, Trump's approval ratings on jobs and employment have fallen behind his arch-rival, Joe Biden. Yikes, talk about a major headache. The American public now looks like disappointed soccer fans after their favorite team lost on penalties. They once gave him a chance, but now they're slowly sneaking out of the stands. Harry Enton from CNN has become the loudest commentator. He says this trend could be a nightmare for the White House. His words: "This is no bueno, bro. A little rhyme to cool things down. Walking to the market, buying fresh young coconut. If the economy keeps sinking, people will keep grumbling non-stop." At the start of the year, Americans were optimistic, like seeing massive discounts on online shopping apps. But as time went on, that hope turned into disappointment, like ordering cash on delivery but ending up with a total dud. Polling data shows a sharp drop in public confidence on jobs. From optimistic to downright pessimistic. Enton explained that back in January, many still believed things were on the right track. But now, the wrong track crowd has skyrocketed like a SpaceX rocket. Imagine this: 40% once said job conditions were fine, now it's down to 33%. That's a nosedive deeper than getting ghosted by someone you really liked. Trump was once praised for lifting approval numbers. He even pulled ahead of Biden at the end of 2024. But who knew the roller coaster wouldn't keep climbing? Now it's plunging downward like a thrill ride at an amusement park. From +9 points, Trump has crashed to -13. That's a 24-point freefall in no time. Enton called it a tragedy. The man who was elected to fix the economy is now under fire for making job conditions worse. Another rhyme: eating meatballs while sipping soda. The people are upset, Trump's in real hot water. Compared to Biden at the end of 2024, Trump is actually doing worse. Biden's ratings were already bad back then, yet Trump has managed to fall even lower. Simple analogy: Biden was already stuck in the basement, but Trump went ahead and dug a new one beneath it. The public is getting snarkier. Many feel Trump's promises on the economy were just empty campaign slogans. CNN commentators warn this could be a huge red flag heading into the next political contest. Americans are most sensitive about their wallets. When prices rise and jobs get harder to find, the president is always the first to get blamed. Trump has become the butt of jokes in the media. Some even said, his approval rating elevator has dropped all the way to basement parking level 3. Another rhyme to spice things up: heading to the market, buying fresh gurumi. Sweet promises not delivered, the people will run away, you'll see. CNN anchor Kate Bolduan added a sharp jab. She said Trump will definitely hate being compared to Biden. Why? Because his old nemesis, the one he used to mock constantly, now actually looks better by comparison. Trump, who always prided himself on economic strength, has lost his ultimate weapon. On social media, memes comparing Trump and Biden's ratings are popping up everywhere. Some joked, Trump once promised to fatten wallets, but instead he left savings thinner than a cracker in the wind. This wave of negativity means Trump's team has to hustle hard to spin a new narrative. If not, his image could sink even further ahead of the election. The economy has always been the #1 issue for American voters. If it's mishandled, the fallout hits the ballot box immediately. Closing rhyme: riding a motorbike through the old town. With a broken economy, promises go down. Trump now stands at the edge of a cliff. Once hailed as the economy's hero, he's being seen as the source of the problem. These polls are a loud alarm. Without quick changes, public support could collapse even more. Trump is famous for grabbing headlines, but these polling numbers are like a red report card, hard to deny. The US economy is weak, the people are restless, and the president once called a fixer is now blamed for making things worse. The big question remains: can Trump win back the people's trust? Or will he drown in a storm of criticism that only grows heavier? In the end, the economy isn't just about numbers on a chart or graphs on TV screens. It's about real lives, millions of American families trying to pay bills, buy groceries, and cling to hope in uncertain times. Trust in any president, whether Trump or Biden before him, always hinges on one thing: how secure people feel about their financial future. Donald Trump once rode a wave of optimism when he re-entered the White House. He promised stability, growth, and a return to America's economic greatness. But the latest data paints a starkly different picture. Citizens see jobs shrinking, the outlook darkening, and high hopes turning into deep doubt. This is the critical fault line that often topples leaders worldwide. Politics can be full of rhetoric, campaigns filled with slogans, but it always comes back to the kitchen table. Is the paycheck enough, or jobs available? Does the future feel bright? If the answer for most is no, then a president's legitimacy is truly at risk. Trump still has time to course correct. New strategies can be rolled out, policies adjusted, and political messaging fine-tuned. But time is his greatest enemy. Each month without concrete change only hardens the public's perception that the White House is adrift. Such crises of confidence aren't new in American history. Presidents who fail to keep economic optimism alive almost always pay dearly at the ballot box. From Jimmy Carter to George H.W. Bush, the record shows that the economy is the ultimate battleground. Today, Donald Trump faces the same crucible. He can choose to address the criticism with seriousness and real solutions, or keep leaning on grand narratives that no longer resonate with ordinary people. But one truth is undeniable. Sinking poll numbers aren't just seasonal statistics, they're an early warning siren from a people running out of patience. And in politics, losing the public's trust is a luxury no leader can afford.